Well, hello everyone. It is Kiwi Kong here. Now, this would have been a clown gameplay video, but my dumbass forgot that my mic was muted throughout the entire gameplay. So, I was, frothing from the mouth at one point, and I was saying to myself, well great, how can I make content now? And then it came to me, how about I make a frickin' what's-his-face commentary video on the PTB and my thoughts on it. Because I kind of wanted to do that, and I didn't want no content for a day. So, without further ado, let us get into the game. Not the gameplay. Huh, you thought, Brian? Totally not. Nah. You forgot to turn on your fucking microphone, you dumbass. That's a good one. Anyways, I just wanted to point out that my PTB opinions may be different from others, may not. But note to self, if you have a different opinion, I will not care. But if you defend that opinion like a freaking Nazi, I'm going to delete your comment, okay? So just a heads up for that. And, not a heads up for anything else, because we're heading straight into my commentary video right about now. Okay, so let's talk about the juicy, important stuff first. First up on the list, we have the clown changes. As I think many of y'all saw, Clown got a new bottle. This new bottle basically gives him a small amount of mobility when he throws it on the ground. And it can also give survivors more mobility when it gets hit on the ground. Don't mind why I hit that Claudette. I didn't really like her that much. She was a big bully. But anyway, moving on from that. Basically, this change is really good in my opinion because the main thing Clown struggled with at most of the game's ranks was mobility. Clown had 0 to no mobility at all. And you may be asking me, well, Kiwi, Pyramid Head doesn't have mobility. Why do you consider him A tier? I consider Pyramid A tier, by the way. Well, you overgrown cloth sack of pieces of shit. I consider him A tier because he, unlike Clown, can negate the environment and can ignore about 10 survivor perks that other killers can't. He can legit ignore DS. That's good enough already, in my opinion. So basically, that change is really good, and I don't know why people think that it's bad. Recently, I'm not going to get into other YouTubers, a YouTuber by the name of Space Coconut, one of my favorite Dead by Daylight YouTubers, recently made a video calling the change lazy. And I thought to myself, well, that doesn't make sense. This change, in my opinion, is actually really good. Because Clown has about no mobility, and this gives him mobility. Yes, it's a short burst of mobility, but it's still mobility, and you can get to places a lot easier. So, you know, it works out. But I can see why it's not good in some people's eyes. For one, as I said previously, it's a short burst, and it's not exactly, like, some good mobility. The thing about Bubba and Leatherface that made them better was the fact that Bubba got more charges, so he can end a chase without having to worry about getting up close and personal with a back rev. Freddy got a whole rework power, so not only did he have chase pressure from his snares and his dream portals, he now has dream trajections where he can teleport to those generators in the blink of an eye, which is really good. And I don't see why people think it's not. It is. Any change that can give a killer mobility or what they're lacking is good. So I feel like that's why I'd make Clown actually think that... What am I even trying to say now? This is why I would put Clown actually in the A tier. Now he has a little bit of mobility, but with that, his chase pressure is really freaking good, so I'm gonna leave it at that for the Clown changes. Next juicy thing on the list, the Wraith changes. I'm not going to talk about these too much. I actually think this is shit. Not only does this make Wraith just a tad bit better, it doesn't do anything. Now, I agree on the sentiment that a killer shouldn't be spirit level and be able to make the game unfun and extremely freaking agitating, But I also agree on this sentiment. A killer buff should not make the killer still the same tier. A good example of this was Clown's previous change, where his bottles wouldn't slow him down. And these were okay, but they practically did nothing for him. Yeah, they made him have less slowdown, but he was still a D tier killer. It didn't do much for the guy. Now, about that not doing much for the guy, this is the same thing excuse with Wraith. Wraith has nothing to help him right now. Nothing. There are zero things that made him a better killer. Yes, he does have better invisibility, so I will bump him up at least to the C tier because now he actually has some form of stealth. So I guess it did make him a tad bit better to the point where I actually would bump him up 1 tier. But it didn't do much for him to make up a bit better. I was expecting it to at least remove his gurgles and make it to where until he was like right up on your freaking back, you wouldn't be able to see him, but that's not what we got. BHVR, if you're listening to this video trying to find some things to comment on about, look at this one, please. And for this Wraith change, please make him actually good and not just a bit of a band-aid fix like you did with many killers. Thank you. Okay, I'm not going to comment too much on this either, but the new UI, I like it, but I feel like there should be an option where you can turn it off and go back to the old one. And that would be it for today's topic. I thank y'all for watching. And tomorrow, I'm probably not going to upload. I'm trying to think of some ideas, because after a while you get burnt out, and I don't want the algorithm to screw me over. As always, stay calm, stay fruity, and above all else, enjoy your life. This has been Kiwi Kong, and I'll see y'all later. Take care.